An abundance of minerals and raw materials is one of the greatest pleasures of Africa. Yes, there are plenty of mineral resources in Africa, often exploited by foreign players with little or no intention of maintaining the environment they operate in, let alone pay a decent wage for workers who make it happen. And rarely do we even see local players actively pursuing meaningful projects in this sector. But what's the problem? Well, the problem is that holders of mining rights in Africa often can't source needed capital, or equipment, or technology to materialize their projects, and sadly exploited by strange and foreign investors. TE Resources and its subsidiary company, Red Planet Resources, is an exploration, mining, and beneficiation company that seeks partnerships with title holders of mining rights across the African continent to jointly carry out prospecting, mining, and/or mineral processing projects. This is whereby TE Resources provides the missing component, be it capital or the technical exploration element and/or beneficiation. Backed by the competent team and state-of-the-art technology, we have a vision to become a leading board-based economic empowerment and equal opportunity employer in Africa. We strongly believe in projects that have clear socioeconomic benefits for communities where we operate in Africa. And therefore, before we take on a project, we first check to see if there is a fit. If the project contributes to the empowerment of women, job creation for locals, and contributes to the overall economic growth of the community, the result is poverty alleviation. We are already seeking to close 2 large transactions in Zambia and soon in Zimbabwe that have all the attributes that we seek in a project. So how then does Xtemcoin come in? Simple. Holders of Xtem will be able to soon stake their Xtem and receive quarterly rewards through staking opportunities on the African Consolidated Exchange, the Acex. Dividends will be paid by way of purchasing the staked Xtem at a higher rate than originally staked. This use case will create demand for Xtem and consequently also add to the intrinsic value of the Xtemcoin. Invest in Xtemcoin through our private sale which kicked off on the 26th of June 2021. Stock up on Xtem now. The price may never be this low ever again. Xtemcoin, rewriting the African story. An abundance of minerals and raw materials is one of the greatest pleasures of Africa. Yes, there are plenty of mineral resources in Africa, often exploited by foreign players with little or no intention of maintaining the environment they operate in, let alone pay a decent wage for workers who make it happen. And rarely do we even see local players actively pursuing meaningful projects in this sector. But what's the problem? Well, the problem is that holders of mining rights in Africa often can't source needed capital, or equipment, or technology to materialize their projects, and sadly exploited by strange and foreign investors. TE Resources and its subsidiary company, Red Planet Resources, is an exploration, mining, and beneficiation company that seeks partnerships with title holders of mining rights across the African continent to jointly carry out prospecting, mining, and/or mineral processing projects. This is whereby TE Resources provides the missing component, be it capital or the technical exploration element and/or beneficiation. Backed by the competent team and state-of-the-art technology, we have a vision to become a leading board-based economic empowerment and equal opportunity employer in Africa. We strongly believe in projects that have clear socioeconomic benefits for communities where we operate in Africa. And therefore, before we take on a project, we first check to see if there is a fit. If the project contributes to the empowerment of women, job creation for locals, and contributes to the overall economic growth of the community, the result is poverty alleviation. We are already seeking to close 2 large transactions in Zambia and soon in Zimbabwe that have all the attributes that we seek in a project. So how then does Xtemcoin come in? Simple. Holders of Xtem will be able to soon stake their Xtem and receive quarterly rewards through staking opportunities on the African Consolidated Exchange, the Acex. Dividends will be paid by way of purchasing the staked Xtem at a higher rate than originally staked. This use case will create demand for Xtem and consequently also add to the intrinsic value of the Xtemcoin. Invest in Xtemcoin through our private sale which kicked off on the 26th of June 2021. Stock up on Xtem now. The price may never be this low ever again. Xtemcoin, rewriting the African story.
An abundance of minerals and raw materials is one of the greatest pleasures of maintaining the environment they operate in, let alone pay a decent wage for the workers who make it happen. And rarely do we ever see local players actively pursuing meaningful projects in this sector. But what's the problem? Well, the problem is that holders of mining rights in Africa often cannot source needed capital or equipment or technology to materialize their projects, and sadly, exploitment by strange and foreign investors. This is where TE Resources and its subsidiary company, Red Planet Resources, come in. Red Planet Resources is an exploration, mining, and beneficiation company that seeks partnerships with title holders of mining rights across the African continent to jointly carry out prospecting, mining, and mineral processing projects. We are here to provide the missing component. Do you need capital? Do you need the technical exploration element? What about beneficiation? We are the solution you need. Send an email to info@terrasources.com to express your interest. Terms and
Hello, so we want to address some of the frequently asked questions that we've been receiving from you. We have a paper of the questions here, so we will proceed. The first question is, where can I buy Xtemcoin? Enter.
Okay, thank you, Boya. So if you want to buy the Xtemcoin, you go to our platform through the website www.tem/coin.com.
So that's www.tem-coin.com.
Yes.
Okay.
Go to our website, you will log in, then from there you are able to see a video which will take you through on the process of how to buy the Xtemcoin. Just click on how to buy coin and you will be guided through the video.
So someone asked, is Acex an Apple or a Play Store app? Iris.
It's none of us. Acex, we are here to
to develop it on any Apple or on any Play Store, but you can access it through our website, which we shall be, when we'll be launching, it shall be derailed to all of you.
Okay, so which company is behind Xtemcoin?
Okay, the company behind Xtemcoin is T Markets Limited.
Okay. Someone asked, Xtemcoin, how can they buy Xtemcoin? Like, what are the means they can use to buy Xtemcoin?
The means through which you can purchase Xtemcoin is through Litecoin, that is Litecoin, BTC, we have BNB, Tron, and Litecoin.
Yeah, and Ethereum as well, right?
And Ethereum as well, yes.
Yeah,
And
so
if you are still a member of T Markets, you have an account with T Markets company, you can still buy it through the $10 or $10.
okay, so there's this thing they say that you can get a bonus when you buy Xtemcoin. So how much do I need to buy for me to be able to get a bonus? Because I know there's a bonus of around 10%.
An abundance of minerals and raw materials is one of the greatest pleasures of Africa. Yes, there are plenty of mineral resources in Africa, often exploited by foreign players with little or no intention of maintaining the environment they operate in, let alone pay a decent wage for the workers who make it happen. And rarely do we ever see local players actively pursuing meaningful projects in this sector. But what's the problem? Well, the problem is that holders of mining rights in Africa often cannot source needed capital or equipment or technology to materialize their projects, and sadly, exploitment by strange and foreign investors. This is where TE Resources and its subsidiary company, Red Planet Resources, come in. Red Planet Resources is an exploration, mining, and beneficiation company that seeks partnerships with title holders of mining rights across the African continent to jointly carry out prospecting, mining, and mineral processing projects. We are here to provide the missing component. Do you need capital? Do you need the technical exploration element? What about beneficiation? We are the solution you need. Send an email to info@terrasources.com to express your interest. Terms and conditions apply. An abundance of minerals and raw materials is one of the greatest pleasures of Africa. Yes, there are plenty of mineral resources in Africa, often exploited by foreign players with little or no intention of maintaining the environment they operate in, let alone pay a decent wage for the workers who make it happen. And rarely do we ever see local players actively pursuing meaningful projects in this sector. But what's the problem? Well, the problem is that holders of mining rights in Africa often cannot source needed capital or equipment or technology to materialize their projects, and sadly, exploitment by strange and foreign investors. This is where TE Resources and its subsidiary company, Red Planet Resources, come in. Red Planet Resources is an exploration, mining, and beneficiation company that seeks partnerships with title holders of mining rights across the African continent to jointly carry out prospecting, mining, and mineral processing projects. We are here to provide the missing component. Do you need capital? Do you need the technical exploration element? What about beneficiation? We are the solution you need. Send an email to info@terrasources.com to express your interest. Terms and conditions apply. An abundance of minerals and raw materials is one of the greatest
So, Wakurugazi! So basically what's going to happen is I'm trying to learn about, as you know, I'm trying to learn about cryptocurrency. Something that is the bloodlines people don't understand. What oh, Bitcoin, oh, crypto, nini. So what is it exactly?
So one thing that I want to demystify, people call crypto Bitcoin.
Okay.
So wanafikiria Bitcoin, mtu anakwambia, unafanya kazi na Bitcoin. But then, you know, there's a difference between crypto and Bitcoin. So crypto is the virtual money. Unaona, the same way you have paper money. So paper money, if there's paper money and then there are currencies in paper money. Kuna Kenya shillings, Uganda shillings, Japanese yen, USD. So that is USD is an equivalent of Bitcoin when it comes to crypto. So Bitcoin is just a currency, crypto. Wanna get?
Okay.
So like cryptocurrency ni pesa yenye ni virtual. Sindio? And then kwa one of the currencies kwa hizo pesa kuna Bitcoin, kuna Ethereum, now we have Xtemcoin, kuna Litecoin, hizo vitu zote. So Bitcoin is not synonymous to cryptocurrency. Ni kama kuita pesa Kenya shillings. Unafikiria ati Kenya shillings ni nini? You know, but then there's pesa and then there's Kenya shillings. So that's the something I'd like to like make it clear that there's crypto and then there are other currencies within the cryptocurrency.
So how does one then make money hapo ndani?
Hiyo swali ni nzuri. Hapo kwa crypto.
Yes.
Mimi nimesaidika hapo. So, crypto, you can make money in many ways with crypto. Ni kama uniulize mtu anatengenezanga aje pesa na pesa. There's so many things you can do with money to make more money.
Right.
You can start a business, you can do investment, you can trade forex where people go and put on, buy the buying and selling of currencies. You can do so many things. But the difference between the normal money, it's called fiat in this industry, in the other industry.
Right.
Fiat is the national currency. So the difference between fiat and crypto ni fiat is a stable coin, like alipandangi sana na kushuka, unaona kama dola yupanda 3 bob ikienda sana, you know. But then the crypto is very volatile. It's not very stable. So unapaka asubuhi unasikia Bitcoin sahi iko at 40,000 Kenya shillings. The next day Bitcoin is at 60,000. The next day it might be at 30,000. No, it's very volatile.
Yes.
So the main trick where people say they trade, the main trick is you buy low, you sell high. That's the main trick. But you can do so many things with crypto. You can start an investment company where watu wanaeka dono unarudishia dividends, lakini you do it in crypto money instead of Kenya shillings. But then the main one ni ile unanunua leo, unaangalia hivyo crypto imeshuka. Unajua tu ukisikia Bitcoin imeshuka wanaogopa. But that's the kama wewe ni mnoma, you know time unanunua. Alafu ukisikia crypto imepanda unafanya nini? Unauza. Na kupanda ipandi na jokes. Inaweza shuka na unaweza leo ni 30,000, kesho uamke kwa 40,000 and you're talking about dollars. So you can imagine that difference. Now so you just make money.
Yeah. So you need to be careful, I guess. It seems like lazima uwe careful, unaanza check what time they're selling and what time it's low and what time is high. But over and above that, so msekitaka unaingiaje? How do you sign up? Where do you buy? Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hey, we might need a class for that. Juu unajua kuingia kwa crypto ni kama kuingia kufungua, first you need to kufungua kitu kama bank account. Unaona ukiwa na you know when you have your own money, Kenya shillings assuming, then you want to get crypto, you can just get Xtemcoin or to get Bitcoin, sindio? What you do, you go and buy it. The same way ukiwa na Kenya shillings na unaenda manju, utaenda ununue USD. You get, utapeana Kenya shillings to USD. Kama unaenda Zambia utapeana Kenya shillings upewe kwacha, sindio?
Kwacha.
Kwacha. Sasa that is the same way you acquire cryptocurrency. So pale pale pa kununua ndio watu wajuane, you know. So the same way you acquire cryptocurrencies, there are very many places online you can go and buy cryptocurrency. Bitcoin, Xtemcoin, Ethereum, you know, Litecoin. Kuna places mingi sana, there are many apps that you can go and buy them. So ukienda, the one I use a lot is called the local cryptos because that is very easy, it's a peer-to-peer. Ukienda tu hapo unafungua account venye tutafungua kwa bank account for example, and then you find traders, people who are selling. So you will buy there on that platform. Sasa utapeana Kenya shillings to crypto. Utapeana Kenya shillings to Xtemcoins. But then we should have maybe another to explain this in detail.
So now ukishapea sasa again unafanya vile sema unangoja time ya kuuza.
Unafanya hivyo. Okay, unaweza fanya, you can do a lot of things with money. You know, unaweza chukua unaweza chukua kwa una invest unangoja ipande uuze, ama unaweza chukua hiyo invest in maybe an investment company. The only thing they accept is crypto. Iende ikae huko izai rudi. You know, you can do very many things with crypto.
Right.
Yeah.
What would you say in a make? Because everybody is skeptical. Why would I invest in crypto?
Why you would invest
Yes,
in
why
crypto?
would, well, yeah.
Whew. Let me tell you.
Yes.
When you invest, crypto is volatile, number one. Kuna watu wengine wanalipanga na crypto. Watu wengine wako kwa hii sita.
Okay.
Unaona? Ukilipa na crypto, for example, wewe umepata crypto, assuming me and baby in crypto, just an assumption, I paid $1,000, that's $100K. Nikikuwa na crypto in my wallet, inaitwa wallet, bank account ya crypto inaitwa wallet. So nikiwa na crypto in my wallet, si niko nayo sahi. Let's say nimepata ikikuwa in let's say it's 30,000. That's just why you should invest. Let's say in 30,000 sahi. Ukikaa tu kidogo, uamke asubuhi upate iko 35, unapata umeongeza kitu ka 15 Gs na
one night actually, hours.
Yes. Unajipata umeongeza 15 Gs. Una mshahara yako juu ka 15 Gs kanaingia unatoa. Sasa watu wengine mshahara yao wanatoa ngapi? 15 Gs. Kuna watu wanakata 15 Gs by the time mshahara yako inakufikia imekatika. So that is one of the reasons you should invest. It's very volatile, inapanda ikishuka. But then kushuka si problem because you can always wait ipande. That's number one. Alafu kuna Xtemcoin. What the main reason as to why say unafaa ku invest sana kwa Xtemcoin. Xtemcoin is a new baby. It's coming. It's like a new currency.
Right.
And there's this privilege of being an early bird. So unajua ukiingia kwa kitu when it's still young, you make the most money out of it. That's in almost anything. If it grows to be big, you make the most money out of it. So Xtem, say it started at $1. Sorry, the coin was at $1. So say even it's 25% up in just like 4 weeks. You can imagine. So if I were to sell my Xtem coins that I acquired right now, I make 25% profit in just 4 weeks. So if I give it time, maybe it may hold. If I give it time, like a year or two, you can imagine it can go to thousands, and that 1,000 profit is in one Xtem. My QC kununua Xtem moja, nilinunua let's say 500, and then now it's at $600. So it's $600 profit per Xtem in like a year. You understand?
Wow.
Yeah, na ujue nilinunua tu na nika relax. Nikamkanga nafanya shughuli zangu, kana nataka kwenda job naenda hata sikumbuki. It's not like I wake up that Xtem in my wallet is asking me to work towards that thing. It's just sitting.
So what I'm also getting from you, even as a wrap up, that when it comes to trading in crypto, patience is key. Usikiwa unaingia kufanya kitu ya haraka.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it, and that's the misconception actually. You know, most people, and that's why people call a lot of crypto scams, especially new ones. Because most people will sell you the idea of you make money cash on, but that's a lie. You have to hold. Patience is key. The person that holds longer makes more money. Because unajua inapanda. Me, I can choose to sell my Xtemcoin and make 25. Hi, so we're going to play a game, a crypto trivia game. This team Acex here and team Xtem here. So each team is going to be asked the questions. If you win, if you get the question correct, you get a flower. If you don't get it correct, this is hot pepper. You get to lick it and also dance for us. Let's get started.
Acex, a revolutionary platform.
Acex,
a revolutionary platform.
Acex, a revolutionary platform.
Acex, a revolutionary platform.
Acex, a revolutionary platform.
Acex, a revolutionary platform.
Acex, a revolutionary platform.
Acex, a revolutionary platform.
Acex, a revolutionary platform.
Acex, a revolutionary platform. A one-stop shop. Yay!
Acex, a revolutionary platform.
Acex, a revolutionary platform.
Welcome every person, all our investors from
many parts of this world, many parts of this globe. I know we have our investors all the way from Africa, many parts of Africa actually, east, west, north, south, Middle East, inner Europe, South America, North America, and Asia as well, Australia too. So I know we are quite many here, and we are all logged in today because we're here for a purpose and for a reason. And before I say so much, I think it's always good to start with God and just move, commit everything to the Lord, because He's the one who gives us the ability, the breath, and to do the energy and the strength to do what we do. So let's all observe a moment of prayer. Father, in the name of Jesus, we are indeed very grateful for giving us an opportunity to gather today. We are gathered here, Lord, that we may be able to hear what this organization has got for us. We pray that you give us an understanding, you give us peace of mind, and you help us, oh God, that we will be able to see the direction that this organization is going to take. We appreciate you and thank you for keeping us all safe and sound until this time. We don't take this moment for granted. We appreciate every time and every minute that we're going to be here. Lord, please guide us and give us a direction. Order our steps that we may fulfill the purpose for the meeting of today. In the name of Jesus, we do pray and believe. Amen. So, our dear investors, today we have our president in the house, and our president will update us on the steps that we have made towards realizing the dream of rewriting the African story globally. And I wouldn't want to take so much time. Without much ado, I would want to invite our president and founder of T Markets, Ian Vula, to take over from here and guide us going forward. Ian, you're most welcome. Please proceed.
Thank you so much. And how are you, sir? Thank you so much.
I'm fantastic, sir.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Glory be to the Most High God. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you to today's webinar, the 15th of May in the year 2022. What a glorious time to be running a business such as TE Markets. It's actually a privilege and honor from the Lord. And I'm just so grateful, and I bless His holy name for having given us this opportunity. And so thank you so much. You're welcome to this webinar. We're going to start with some good news and end with good news. That's how this webinar will be. I'm going to pull up my PowerPoint presentation here in a minute. Let's bring that up to that. Just a moment, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. All right, just hold on a second. I think that just needs to be over there. When you want these to generate properly. So there we are. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a TE Markets presentation. Thank you so much once more for attending this webinar from wherever you are. It is amazing where our clients are concentrated, Mr. Msheru, because I remember you're saying, you were announcing the various regions, but the concentration, we have members, clients just literally all over the world. But I was amazed when I was looking at some data just yesterday with some admin folks, and it's amazing where the concentration of our clients are. But that we can share at another point. But we're going to start here to just give an update and an overview of what's been happening. Ladies and gentlemen, over the last 4 weeks, because I think we met about 4 weeks ago, over the last 4 weeks, we've been working tirelessly in the background to try and get the business back on track. When I mean back on track, because we've lost time. There's been all kinds of delays, more especially to do with the public sale of our Xtemcoin and the finalization of the engineering of our exchange. As you know, we've been working on the exchange, which we launched on the 17th of December. The version 1 didn't work properly, so we quickly jumped on to a program to redesign the software, and we had to engage a whole new development team, and they've done fantastic work, the technical team, to get it to run. Now we run with 2 technical teams in 2 different countries, and to have a project such as the one that we're running, it's a blessing to have the kind of people that work for TE Markets. Against all odds, we have such a dedicated team. I'm not talking just about the people abroad, overseas, but even the folks just right here at home on our African continent that are employed in our business, those that have been so dedicated, that look beyond instant gratification and are looking at the bigger picture. Those that have been working so tirelessly to see that this project actually takes off on the intended trajectory, and that we keep on track and actually deliver that what we say. Quite frankly, ladies and gentlemen, it's a blessing to have a team such that we have in TE Markets. It is. And when you go before the Lord, you have to pray that the Lord blesses these people because they've been so dedicated. I'm saying this because you know very well that running a project such as ours is not easy. We've seen many similar projects shut down, go under. They may have had dedicated people, but you wonder why they couldn't get back on track. For us, I can attribute to the fact that it is the team members that the people that the Lord's brought to our project that have made this happen. And for all you members of staff that are hearing me talk right now, congratulations. And thank you so much for your dedication and your focus. I've always spoken about focus in our staff meetings, and I just thank you for staying focused and to seeing that this project actually gets the way it is. Thank you so much. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the good news is that the Acex platform has gone live. We're glad to announce that we went live, as a matter of fact, weeks ago, but the registration button will be activated in the next few days. And of course, as that is activated, or rather what we're waiting for right now is just to, tie up all the little loose ends. And as that activates, it's going to enable people that that are keen at trading, and especially sport trading. That is what we're going to start with, to start making money on our exchange. It is beautifully designed, wonderfully designed, and those of you that crypto traders, you're going to love this one. It's just fantastic. And again, congratulations to the team, the project managers that have been overseeing this project to get where it is. We wouldn't have gotten here if we didn't have those dedicated people. And so, of course, we're going to offer the first 100 people to register on the site. We're going to give them some incentives, which we're going to announce the 24 hours before the registration button is open. And so stay alert, be ready to register. You will be getting something fantastic. And that is about to happen in just the days to come. And so this is brilliant. And after that, of course, We're going to go slow to make sure everything is running properly. We're going to have the staking pools to reopen. I think the first one we're going to reopen is the crypto micro staking pool. That is what we're going to start with, because the exchange itself, it's the crypto side that we're going to start with before we add the other synthetics and the commodity trading aspect. So the crypto micro staking pool, remember the one in TEA? Yeah, that one is going to open. And we're going to be running with that in a matter of weeks from now. And thereafter, we're going to be opening others step by step. I'm talking about in terms of staking and receiving some kind of a reward. So that's the great news. The exchange is done. It's a fantastic platform. And again, I congratulate the team, the in-house team, and of course the folks abroad that have, worked tirelessly to deliver the very best. Thank you so much. That, of course, some more great news is those of you that staked in the merchantship, which is actually sold out. It is also now running on the Acex, and it's running perfectly well. So is the other element of the peer-to-peer exchange. And so you can come to the Acex and exchange one currency to the other using our peer-to-peer exchange mechanism on the Acex. Again, congratulations. Those of you that subscribe to merchantship, we should be talking soon to give you a test run so that you you have some kind of a hands-on drive to understand what you'll be doing, servicing the people that are going to be reaching out to you to exchange one currency with the other. So again, congratulations. This is great news. And so the merchants that staked on on our platform, you will now be able to make money. And like I said, those of you that understand the arbitrage aspect of that, you can trade the arbitrage aspect of that. And if you don't understand that, what is, we can show you. In other words, trading within the other merchants, there's a lot of value there. And you can sit there the whole day picking up $20 here, $10 there, $30 there. And if you did 10 of those, that's $300 a day. Wow, what a fantastic way an easier way to make money. So you need to understand the arbitrage aspect of that. That is trading trading with other merchants within the Acex. It's a fantastic way to make supplemental income. So look out for that. And again, congratulations to the team to having gotten this done in such a wonderful way. Perfect delivery. Thank you so much. Some more great news. The cards are with us, and so the distribution starts right away. Those of you in, with the different jurisdictions, different regions, there are those of you that the mailing system does not work as well as other countries. So we have agents that we've spoken to in the different regions. We're going to send that agent or those agents the cards, and then from there, they're going to send them to you by local courier. And then those of you in countries where the mailing system works, where they're going to deliver it to your doorstep, these cards will be mailed directly to you, to your doorstep. And then you can get them you can then activate them. To activate the card, once you receive it, there's a letter in the card that tells you where you need to go online to go and activate that card and create your PIN, your personal identification number, which you can change at any given time if you feel it has been compromised. So again, congratulations to the team that made this happen. It's not easy. We've had so many teething problems with SS card to go live to start with, for the API keys to work, and to actually have the cards at hand. And I'm here to announce that we've got the cards and we're now going to be sending them to you. What a fantastic thing. What some great news there. Now, those of you that subscribe for these cards, you know very well that withdrawing your dividends is going to be an easy thing to do, because it will be easy for you to move the funds from that wallet to the card, and you can draw it through an ATM or whatever, or you can swipe at a point of sale. What a fantastic! And if you have someone in another country or in another city that you perhaps are a guardian of some kind, you can just send them a card, and if they want to draw funds or you want to send them funds, you can just send them funds to the card, and that makes it a lot easier for you than to use the old-fashioned ways of sending money. I know some of you are still sending through that system, that system that just takes a lot of your funds in making just a simple transaction happen. So this is great news. This is a a crypto to fiat card. It makes those transactions extremely easy. And for those of you that are marketers, you can market these cards going forward. The income is extremely brilliant, because that what you market once, you can keep reaping from the repeat commissions that will keep dropping in your wallet. So that residual income that will keep coming, it's a good way to in fact, quite frankly, I was talking to someone the other day. Quite frankly, I still enjoy some referral commission of things that I did like years ago. Sometimes I go into these wallets and you only just find money there. I even forgot about it. So this is something wonderful that you need to do, because imagine you did some fantastic marketing and you're earning some good $2,000 from just referral commission of marketing these cards. And look, you can market them to anyone. It doesn't have to be a top earners member or some kind. No, this is basically a solution, a crypto to fiat solution. In fact, you can also see it as a fiat to crypto solution, because if you're going to be dealing with the merchants, it is also a fiat to crypto solution. But we want to see it as a crypto to fiat solution. So it's brilliant. And those of you that are marketers are looking for supplemental income, this is something that you must seriously consider. I myself, I will be marketing that. And I am actually already doing so by presenting this Zoom call. Wow. Some more great news. The public sale is here. We are about to go public with the Xtemcoin. Remember our Xtemcoin? Many of you bought some Xtemcoins at all levels. There are those that bought with large sums of money. Remember, what we deliver what we promise. We are not like those that promised and then shut down. We deliver what we promise. So we are now about to go public. Our public sale will be slightly different from the traditional public sale, but we're going to roll out the details soon. And so it is important that you complete your KYC in the Xtemcoin platform, all right, so that the distribution of the coins are done to your wallets. And then, of course, we're going to go public. We might tweak it here and there, but we're going public in a matter of weeks. We're going to announce that. We're going to send an email to everyone. And so we're going to go public. And in going public, when I say we're going to tweak it here and there, we just want to make sure our Xtemcoin does not erode in value because of overzealous members that want to do some kind of funny trading. We want to control the circulation of our coins so that it remains strong, because it is the main medium of staking and But once we go public, we really have no control, quite frankly. We're just in control with the number of coins that we're going to release at a particular stage. We are not in control of the pricing of our coin. That, of course, is supply and demand. And so the distribution of our Xtemcoin is going to be done through the Binance Smart Chain Network. We've had to change and go to a version 2 because what we pick up is that many of our folks that bought the Xtemcoin might find the Ethereum network a little bit expensive for them to operate on. And so we're going to go onto the Binance Smart Chain Network. And those of you that already received coins in your wallets using the Ethereum network, we're going to switch and send you coins, Xtemcoins that are on the Binance Smart Chain Network. Okay, this is fantastic, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, it's just so it's such a wonderful time to to come to a place and see the project materialize. Now, the public sale, of course, I just wanted to touch on this. It might not concern many of you, but there are those that want to participate in the public sale because the more effective the reach out campaign of the public sale is, the more value the Xtemcoin is going to have. And so there are those people that want to assist in taking the Xtemcoin public, and they've been asking by what means are you going to get the public sale reach out campaign go global. And so of course we're going to use roadshows. We're going to use the digital marketing campaigns. We have several partnerships that we've tied up, and in those partnerships, of course, we have a few programs that are going to be running on mainstream media in conjunction with our own Acex exchange, and then of course mainstream media interviews and so on and so forth. And so we intend to reach out to a much wider global audience to participate in our Xtemcoin, so that the buy-in itself can increase the value of our coin by having literally hundreds and thousands, if not millions of people hold the Xtemcoin. So it's a great place to be. Fantastic news. And those of you that doubted that we'll ever even get here where we are here, we've done it. Congratulations to the team again. But a little bit of news there, a little bit of pointers for you to understand is that the Xtemcoin sold almost $9.1 million in the pre-sale, and we project that we might sell well over $100 million in the public sale. Now, of that $9.1 million, most of it, a large portion of it, I think almost 80% of it, if I'm not mistaken, came from those people that decided to switch or to exchange part of their $10 to Xtemcoin. That is the large number that is the larger component or portion of the pre-sale that happens, almost 80%. So if you missed out from converting your ROI or the $10 that you had to Xtemcoin, that of course had its own deadline and it's shut. We're not going to open that now, but I just wanted to make clear that that $9.1 million that you're seeing there, it comprises of almost 80% of people that were coming from the old Topeners site that hold those coins. And of course, the distribution to that set of group of people will be slightly different from those that came in through a different campaign. But we do project that in the public sale, we're going to sell well over $100 million. And I think it's from there that the trajectory is going to grow our business to over $1 billion, like I've been talking about. I know there's a lot of people that doubt, but we're going to get to a place that one day I'll be saying, hey, remember that day I said this? We've crossed $1 billion. That is coming. How do I know that? The one that is backing us, is the one that gives me the confidence. He said he will never leave us nor forsake us, that there is no project that is too difficult for him. So that is where I get the confidence and the energy. If you're wondering that, where do you get the guts and the energy to say that? It's because of the one backing us. That is how we know. And that is how we know that we're in the right trajectory. When everybody else can shut down and you're still operating, just know that you, the one that you've been worshiping, is the one that has gotten you to where you are. You see? And that is how it works. So we thank all of you that have been praying for this business. The Lord is so faithful. He has seen to it that we are still in business no matter what happens. So continue praying, ladies and gentlemen, those of you that have faith in this business, and of course will never let you down. TE Properties, that project that is in our the real estate space. We have projects that we're pursuing. Of course, the staking panels, they're sold out. If things go the way we have planned them to go, we should open the tokenized tradable aspect of TE Properties. Well, that is an error. Of course, we're aiming for end of May, but I think it will happen in June. So sorry for the typo error there. It's supposed to read end of June. Okay, and so of course the dividends for TE Properties, we're also aiming for June, but I think it is set to close sometime early or mid-July. That is when we are set to pay out those dividends. But if all goes well, we should be able to pay out all those dividends in June. The second project for TE Properties is going to open in June. And that one will close next year, around about January next year. So it's another 6 months a cycle. And so you need to look at for that particular one when we open it, be ready to stake on it. If you recall, this last one, it sold out in minutes. The first one sold out under 20 minutes. The other one, I think, is sold out after 3 weeks. And I think this next one will sell out almost in the same sort of space of time. So look out for these things. These are real projects in the real estate space. And I look forward to delivering on this. And the good news is that we have made tremendous progress from where we started. Again, we're in business, and we're in business to deliver what we say. Thank you so much. For the Red Planet resources, we also about to get equipment to site and start production. This is a project that is so dear to my heart because it is a project, I think, that would deliver a lot of revenue to the basket. And the staking panels will also open. By the way, we have a panel that, the staking panel that we're about to introduce is blockchain based. And so it's transparent. You'll be able to track your transactions on blockchain. And as you know, the staking itself is Xtemcoin based. And so no one can manipulate them in terms of price and value that you stake, and the value that which is promised as a dividend at a given period, or the designated time of payout. So that is the staking panel that you'll be seeing connected to the Acex, the exchange that is coming. Of course, it's going to come a few weeks later, or I think almost 3 weeks after the exchange registrations have started. That is where you can stake for Red Planet and these TE properties that I'm talking about. And you will see that you'll be able to also stake for the SS cards. Yes, of course, you're wondering, I'm sure you're asking, a stake for SS cards? Yes, of course, we are going to have a staking panel there. You can invest in the project. The investment that you put into the project is to grow the community of the holders of these cards to be a global card. We are reaching out to just about everyone in Asia, in literally in the whole of the continent of Africa, in North America, South America, just name it. This card is going to go global. So that is why we're opening those staking panels. The staking panels for TE properties, of course, is to grow the projects to do even much larger projects. The one that we're going to be opening in June, I think it is for 450 units of 150. Fantastic project, and you need to participate in that one too. And so is Red Planet. Those resources that people are going to stake in, they're meant to open more projects and to optimize the current project that we are going to be running in Red Planet resources. Now, look, investing in this project is almost mirrored or similar to investing in a project on the traditional stock exchange, because when you stake on the traditional stock exchange, you're looking for two things there. You're looking for the growth of your equity, all right, and the dividends. I was talking to a group of friends the other day that it's important that you also look into the growth of the equity and not just hold on to only look at the dividends, because the dividends in most cases is the smaller component of the investment. The equity growth depends on how the Xtemcoin performs and how a project performs, including the old top earners members. They only talk about the dividends. They don't even talk about the equity growth. What about the equity growth? It has a lot more value, as far as I'm concerned, where we are than anything else. But that's a different discussion we can have at a different point. But yeah, so just a brief overview of our projects. These are our projects in a nutshell, okay? The reason why I'm showing you this is that we have delivered on all of them, all right? The Red Planet, the equipment was bought, is going to site. TE Capital runs. TE Properties, we are about to pay the dividends. It's a project that runs. The TE payment solution, which is the SS card. We have the cards. We're about to send them to everybody that subscribed. And if you didn't subscribe, I'm really encouraging you to go and get a card. Don't come and delay, because look, the money that is going to start dropping in your wallet, apart from exchanging it with the merchants, you can send it to your card and exchange it at your convenience. Because what if you don't have a merchant in your region that can do your transactions? And so the card is what is going to be useful. The card is actually the solution. And of course, we've delivered on the exchange. All right, I'm saying this because it's exciting for me, because I've been on this project for a long time. I've gone through so many frustrations where you feel, you know, you've done everything, and only to discover that has all been done, and now you have to wait another 3 weeks and so on and so forth. But to come to a point where I can literally see the exchange done complete, I can literally see TE Properties about to, we can actually have the cards with us, and we're now about to send them off. I mean, it's just mind-blowing, you know. I know how it might look for some of you that are sitting somewhere on a couch thinking, you know, hang on, but I've not received my ROI. Yeah, I would just say, you know what, just hold on a little while. If you order the card, once you receive the card, you're gonna now start seeing the light behind, at the end of the tunnel. And once we open the registration button on the Acex, that is another light. So you start seeing this. You're gonna go inside there and start navigating, and then you're gonna say, yeah, this guy was right. You know, they've delivered. They're in business. You know, it's better than I mean, it's better to have a business that is always striving to, to improve on their products and service and service delivery than to have a project that you may have participated that is not even, in fact, that is not even online. They don't even speak to you anymore, but here we are. I mean, we're in business, and all these things that we spoke about, we've delivered. Now it's a question of going to step 2 of the whole project planning. And that is, of course, brand building. There are many of you that have been supporting us, that have participated in brand building, that have been doing affiliate marketing of the cards, even in a small way during this climate where things haven't been working that well in terms of delivery. But going forward, remember, for your investment, for that Xtemcoin that I keep saying, for it to grow strong, we've got to build a big brand behind it. We've got to rebuild the confidence. And there are many of you that believe in TE markets. We believe in the Acex project. So I just want to welcome you on board, that let's now go and build a big business, a big brand, a very strong crypto behind it. Okay, it's not going to be an easy ride, but if we can get a few genuine people come on board, we can build this big beyond our own imagination. And so that is the next step, because all these things we've delivered, okay? It's just a question. Some of them is just a matter of days. Some of them is just a matter of hours. So we've delivered. So now what next? Let's go and build a brand. Let's make it strong, because once we create that, that will translate into a very strong Xtemcoin. And a very strong Xtemcoin simply means you're going to have a lot of money, okay, from your initial investment. So let's say, for example, you're one of those guys that only invested $1,000. If the Xtemcoin grows just tenfold, it simply means you now have $10,000. You see, if you're one of those people that has brought to TE markets $10,000, if the Xtemcoin grows tenfold, you now have $100,000. You see, and so on and so forth. And of course, there are those of you that brought to our business $100 million. It means you have a lot more money. This is just as simple as that. So we're on a mission to now grow the Xtemcoin tenfold, okay, in the next few months. And then we want to grow it to 20-fold. Of course, it's not going to be in a straight line, because there are those people that are just looking out to tell me in a few weeks from now, say, hey, no, you know what, it's not grown 10. It doesn't, of course, happen overnight. But to be very realistic, and those of you that are realistic, that understand what I'm talking about, if we work hard, we are actually going to see our Xtemcoin even cross 20-fold. Now, if it grows 20-fold, that's serious money there. Okay, so let's all go ahead and do that. Now, some of you might be angry. No, I don't want to do that. Well, I'm not talking to you that is angry at me or that is angry at our business. Remember our survey. I'm talking to those people that in our survey constitute 76%, and the 76% of the folks of TE markets that still want to participate in building this business. They're the people that I'm talking to here. I'm not talking to someone slandering me or backstabbing. No. I'm talking to you, the 76% people that showed us in the survey that you want to grow this business with us, that you believe in the project, you believe in the vision, and you believe that we can go and grow the Xtemcoin tenfold. I'm speaking to you today that what we now need to do is to go and do brand building. And to do that, of course, we're going to rely on the power of the Lord, not on our own means. We're going to be relying on his power. We're going to ask him to send us destiny helpers to make sure we build a strong brand and a very strong Xtemcoin. That is what we're believing in. But we're believing in you people that have been praying. You people that believe in us, that let's go. Now let's go and do it big so that that translates into serious value at the end of the day. You are the people that I'm talking to at this point in time. And of course, those of you that aren't interested, at some point, I know you're going to come back and say, I'm sorry, this, that. Well, you're still welcome. But I just wanted to make it clear that it is you guys that I'm talking to, you, the 76% in our survey that said, we still believe in you. We want to continue working. You're the ones that I'm now talking to. Let's now go and grow a big brand. Once you receive the cards, once the Acex is running, let's now go and make it happen. And to make that happen, it will take a little bit of hard work and believing in a higher power. Now, the dividends. The dividends, as you know, as I spoke to you and presented in the last webinar, we said dividends come from an activity a business has done. That is where dividends come from. All right. In this case, we have had delays in getting the exchange running and so on and so forth. That's the only reason why dividends have it, and through merchants. Those of you that are in regions where we have a lot of merchants, you don't have to worry. You can you can make your withdrawals through the merchants. Okay. And those of you that are in regions, because we are looking at data, there are certain people in certain parts of Asia where we don't have merchants. You're going to have to rely on your cards. We have people in certain parts of North America where we don't have merchants. You're going to rely on the cards. All right. But many parts of Africa, we have many merchants, but you still perhaps need a card. Even you as a merchant, you probably need a card to do quick arbitrage, you see? And even in any case, if you just want to trade arbitrage and make money, maybe the card will be a useful tool to have. So you need to subscribe for it now. Why? Because in any case, it does take a while for the cards to be sent from Visa through our partners abroad to get to us and then to get them to your hands. As you saw when we started, it was a 3-week, 6-week story, but it ended up being this long because of this teething problem, that API key. Okay, that we've done with. Perhaps going forward, once we streamline and remove all the clutter, the glitches, perhaps we'll shorten that to something like 3 weeks. Now, getting your cards within 3 to 4 weeks is also some time waiting that you have to do. Perhaps you now need to subscribe for that now. Whether you believe me or not, you will one day say, actually, I was told about this. I should have just gotten this card. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. This is the end of this presentation for this. It was a quick update, and I think we are on time. It was a quick update, and so we will go into a quick, small question and answer session. And I hope, Mr. Mshere, you have a few questions that you can ask. And if I do have the answer, I hope there are
investors are, they are more informed, and they know exactly the direction of this organization where we're going. So there are not very many questions, and today the questions just seem to be around the investors and the dividends or ROI. And the first question is our capital intact? That's question number one. And it has an extension that says, if the capital is intact, can you give back every investor their at least 30% capital back immediately so that they can be able to take care of their immediate pending needs that have been pending for nearly 1 year now? So that's the question. Is our capital intact, and can we give back 30% of their capital back to the investors immediately? That's the first question.
Well, I hope that person is in this webinar tonight. Now, of course, your capital is intact. Let me give you this example. Let's say, for example, you're in Kenya. You went and bought shares on the Nairobi Stock Exchange in Safaricom. Of course, your capital is intact. Would you then go to say, look, give us 30% of our capital back so that we can just, it doesn't work like that. The directors of that company will declare a dividend when the company makes a profit. Okay? And that is how you get that. In the exchange, you can sell your shares on the Nairobi Stock Exchange and pull out. That's how it works. Okay? Now, the problem is that we have many members that believe what we're doing is some kind of a circle, you know, those things that a lot of people do to, you know, this month I'll give you this, they give you this, you know, and then so it's, oh, there is something of that nature. No, we are a genuine exchange. It's just that we are running in the crypto space. Okay. And so most of the things are actually mirrored to what happens in the traditional space. So of course, if you invested with us, those things have gone into developing what have been presenting to you. Of course, we have operating capital and the whole thing, but we're going to get to a point where the directors of the project, they then declare a dividend to the members to enjoy, monthly, quarterly, or whatever the case may be. And of course, as I was just explaining before the question and answer session, if you want to sell out, to pull out from whatever, you sell that in the exchange. Correct. I mean, it's not. Application in the traditional space in terms of investing in a company on the stock market, the way it works is the way it works here. Okay. And so whatever you brought in token has a value in the exchange. So when we go public and we open that, of course, you've heard us, when we open that element in the exchange, for you to be able to do that, you've heard us say you can go and sell that by placing a limit order. There will come a time when you can place a market order. Okay. A limit order, willing seller, willing buyer, or willing buyer, willing seller basis. That is how you're going to get that. Got all my my capital out. I saw that in the exchange. Now I want the dividend. It doesn't work like that. Okay, and so that's also how it works in the traditional space. And so that is how we engineered it, and that is what we've been presenting to you for nearly 9 months now. Okay, so it's not that kind of a situation that you're thinking of. It's some kind of a loan or a circle. So, okay, now give us 30% back because now I want to pay my rent. It doesn't work like that. Okay, I'm sorry if it sounds cocky, but that's just the way it is. You might as well start adjusting your plans and learning and understanding that that's how it works. There's no need for you to go there, and say, no, you're hearing it from me. This is what we presented to you. This is how we've engineered it to you for the benefit of everyone. Those who understand actually see where they're going to exit. You have to have an exit strategy. Whether you're investing on the New York Stock Exchange, Nairobi Stock Exchange, Johannesburg Stock Exchange, or the London Stock Exchange, you need to have an exit strategy. You can't just say, no, I'll buy into this, then I'll just wait, and then I'll just be eating dividends. Well, fine. But you also have an exit strategy. You see what I mean? So you need to have an exit strategy. Your exit strategy shouldn't be when they open that registration button, I'll rush there to register so that they exit. That's not an exit strategy. Okay. So please note that everything is mirrored to the traditional space. Okay. And so that is how we change the offering. We change the offering based on the terms and conditions that you yourself subscribe to. When you open the account, you subscribe to those things that we can change the product, and the offering. And we did that not to disadvantage you, but to advantage everyone, to give them a better service, to give them a better project, a better offering. And so that is what we've done. We've delivered on everything. And those of you that understand, and if you don't understand, get an investment advisor or someone to advise you and show you and help you map it out where you need to exit. You see what I mean? Huh? This is not some kind of platform, that you've heard those people will give you 3% every day, or some nonsense like that, or 1%. No, it's rubbish. This is an exchange, just like in the traditional space, with projects and companies listed on the exchange. In our case, we have a few synthetics. Big deal. If you understand what I'm talking about, you're going to make a lot of money. If you don't understand and you're thinking this is some kind of, those things that people promote to you, you're not going to make money because you're not understanding. So you better get someone who understands to hold you by the hand. Say, no, what these people are talking about is this. Remember, there are mirrored stocks. There's this is how when you get there, you can make a lot of money. You need to get that. Next question, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. The next question here is, Mr. President, kindly guide on when the platform will start operating. You haven't given a specific date, a specific timeline. Please be specific.
Well, I was just specific now that we've gone live. That's very specific. We've gone live. No, currently we've gone live. We're about to open the registration button in a matter of days. You want me to be specific? Okay, this week by Friday. But we might open that registration button much earlier. But the site has gone live. We're in business. We've got the cards. We're going in business. We're going public. We're in business. So how else can I be specific? That's very specific there. If you want to give you a specific date and time, at this point, I think that would be a little bit unrealistic, given that we're not in control of many things. Okay, neither are you sitting there at home. You're not in control of even what is going to happen tomorrow. You're not even in control of what's going to happen when you cross the road to the other side. So what we can give is just a guidance that we've gotten the exchange live. We're about to open the registration button, and I did say we're going to give you a 24-hour notice, and I think we're going to open it this week by Friday. That's very specific. We're about to go public with our Xtemcoin. And just nearly everything, I think I was quite specific to give guidance. But if you're looking for an exact time, and I don't think that would be realistic at this point. Thank you.
The next question is, Mr. President, you have emphasized so much on Visa card and how to access the rewards and dividends through Visa card. So one of our viewers here is asking, why can't our platform be like Binance, where I can access my crypto whatever time, anytime, through whatever means without going through Visa card? So is this any different from Binance?
No, but let me put it this way. We are not Binance, we are Acex. Even at your home, you don't eat what other people eat in the other house. Yeah, you see what I mean? Huh? You don't say, you know what, the neighbors now have bought blue curtains, let's also go and buy blue curtains. We are Acex. Binance is Binance. You see what I mean? Huh? So we are Acex. In Acex, this is how we do it. And this is how we're going to do it. Yes, of course, we can learn a few things from our neighbors. Oh, our neighbors have, but we're not going to do exactly what our neighbors are doing. I think we know our community. We know the offering that our community are looking for. So this is Acex. If you want Binance, you go to Binance. But if you want Acex, you come to Acex. You see what I mean? Huh? If you want Bitrix, you go to Bitrix. If you want, which is the other one, Kraken, you go to Kraken. That's the way it is. Similarly, if let's say, for example, you live in Nairobi, if you want Equity Bank, you go to Equity Bank. If you go to Stanchart, they have another offering. KCB has another offering. In Nigeria, Zenith Bank has another offering. UBA has another offering. So that's how it is. We are not Binance. We are Acex. Next question, sir.
Next question. Most of the people who staked under top earners market. Now we are talking about Acex and TE markets. When did we change these contracts?
Oh, last year. Last year, we'd made an announcement last year. We explained why we're changing from top earners to Acex. We shared where in the terms and conditions, everyone knows. In fact, the websites are still open. Just go there, click on the terms, read the terms and conditions. We followed our terms and conditions. We had been running, remember, from 2020, for some of them since 2019, but since July 2020. And so we thought that we needed to make an adjustment after the mayhem that we experienced. And the adjustment was to offer something better. So we've been doing this for the last 9 months. That question to be asked after 9 months can only come from someone that has opened an account today. But if you've been with us for 8 months, 9 months, and you're one of those people that opened an account in the year 2020 or 2021, I'm sure you already know the answers. You're probably asking. But anyway, that's what it is. The contracts switched last year when we announced that, and when we were changing the offering, and all through that period we had, in fact, at some point we're having 4 to 5 webinars a week just talking about this, talking about merchants, talking about Red Planet, talking about this, that. We then narrowed them to 1 a month this year. So surely, I think we did our best to inform you. And surely the platform is still live today. You can go there and read the terms and conditions. And and many of those webinars were being posted. Some of them you can still play them to this very day. All of them of last year. Now we've gone YouTube. Some of them are still on YouTube. You can go and play them. The information is there. We have to ask fair questions. The information has been there and provided for 9 months. There was a time we're doing that every day of the week, including email, by the way. And some of them are still on YouTube. Some of them, the Zoom links, they're still live. You can still go and watch a Zoom of August 2021. You can still watch it. It's there. Next question, sir.
The next question is about the succession planning for tea markets. This looks like a one-man show. Please explain.
But we're the two of us here at least now.
Sorry, Mr. President, I had to read it for you the way it is.
That's it's not a one-man show. You remember at the beginning of this particular webinar, I was thanking our teams. There's no way one person can go and do everything we've done. We've got teams sitting everywhere. In India, in Pakistan, in Kenya, in Nigeria. I mean, we have teams everywhere. There are people that are so dedicated in delivering what you're now seeing. It cannot be done by one person. I'm not even a software developer. Most of the things I don't even know how to do them. So I have to rely on someone else. I have to rely on someone else to do it diligently. And then we have the digital marketers and so on. I mean, we have teams. So what you mean by one-man show, I don't know. But I think what you mean is that when we come to present, well, look, even in the corona days, when coronavirus was there, the leader of whatever community is the one that goes to present in a crisis. So that is how you see me present. Okay. If whatever country you're in, you will find that if it's the Ministry of Health, the Minister of Health will come and announce, or the president of that country or whatever, they'll go and always present in the crisis that this is what is happening, so that the members. But once the crisis is over, you'll probably see a different kind of offering in the presentation. So basically, I think that is what you're talking about. So even in war, you'll find that Volodymyr Zelensky is the one that is presenting on behalf of Ukraine, and not all the managing directors. Even the managing director of a brewery doesn't show up because they're now at war, so the president has to go and present. So in this case, I'm the leader of this business. So the various departments, they give me information, we package it. In fact, even this presentation you're seeing here, it wasn't even made by me. It was made by somebody else in the team. I only just presented it. So that's not a one-man show. Next question.
The last question, Mr. President, is when do we expect to start having the rain effect? Can you give an indication of the timeline? A month, 2 months, 3 weeks, 1 week?
Well, in my opinion, from where we are, about 3 weeks.
Thank you.
To the most 4, but 3 weeks. Maybe even less, but about 3 weeks. Again, we're going to start with the people that never received in the first place. We have to stick to that. And then those people that lived on ROI next. But we have to start with those people. There are many. There are a few people that have reached out. They've never received ROI. You know what? How about starting with you? Okay. So that we catch up. And then, of course, when it's a blanket dividend, at that point, it will be different. But in this case, I'm talking about from the other operations so that we make sure they're well taken care of, in all fairness. Next question, sir.
Nope, that's all that I had for you tonight.
It's a two-man show.
Yeah, but the questions have come from all over, in many countries, from majority of our investors, through the interactions. Those were questions that I received. Of course, there were very many. I had to compile them and summarize them so that we don't do repetitive kind of answers. But that's what our members wanted to know, sir.
All right. You know, last time we had the webinar, we said we were going to try and have the bi-weekly webinars again, but we just want to get the exchange buttons opened and all those things that I announced today. Once you see that running, we're going to go to the bi-weekly webinars. And so look forward for that. And of course, we are here to deliver what we say. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, may the Lord bless you and keep you. May he shine his face upon you. May he lift up his countenance and be gracious to you and grant you peace that surpasses human understanding. In Jesus' holy name, amen. And good night.
Good night.
An abundance of minerals and raw materials is one of the greatest pleasures of Africa. Yes, there are plenty of mineral resources in Africa, often exploited by foreign players with little or no intention of maintaining the environment they operate in, let alone pay a decent wage for the workers who make it happen. And rarely do we ever see local players actively pursuing meaningful projects in this sector. But what's the problem? Well, the problem is that holders of mining rights in Africa often cannot source needed capital or equipment or technology to materialize their projects, and sadly, exploitment by strange and foreign investors. This is where TE Resources and its subsidiary company, Red Planet Resources, come in. Red Planet Resources is an exploration, mining, and beneficiation company that seeks partnerships with title holders of mining rights across the African continent to jointly carry out prospecting, mining, and mineral processing projects. We are here to provide the missing component. Do you need capital? Do you need the technical exploration element? What about beneficiation? We are the solution you need. Send an email to info@terrasources.com to express your interest. Terms and conditions